chair recognizes Representative Irwin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just reeling a little bit from the procedural and verbal irregularities and trying to get back to my point, which is that, the voters send us here to do the work of the people. It's as far away right now from an election as just about it ever is in the House of Representatives, but I feel the need to remind us all that we work for the voters. And the voters expect us to disagree. They expect Democrats and Republicans to fight. It's the old story of cats and dogs. And they expect us to fight particularly hard during election time. But I don't think they expect us to be electioneering in the House of Representatives. And that's exactly what's happening here today. We're seeing the majority use the awesome power of their majority here in this state house, not to feed hungry children or educate kids, but to electioneer, to try to gain partisan advantage for their side. And it's disappointing to all of us, and it's disappointing to the millions of citizens who have been voting straight ticket for many, many years. We're supposed to be here improving Michigan, but this bill doesn't improve Michigan. This bill takes away a time-saving option for millions of our citizens. This bill means longer lines. Who likes waiting in longer lines? Why does it make longer lines? Now, I've heard some folks in committee and even here on the floor today make light of this issue of filling in extra ovals. And it may seem like a trivial concern to those of you who don't wait to vote. And let me tell you, in committee, we heard testimony from the clerks who said that the average wait time in Michigan, the average voter, is 22 minutes. But I also heard a couple of my colleagues from Oakland County and from Hillsdale County say, we don't wait at all to vote. We walk right in and vote. Well, I'm here to tell you, just in case math is a subject that you didn't do well in. I mean, I certainly didn't. That's why I'm here, not working as an engineer. If the average wait time is 22 minutes, and some of you folks aren't waiting at all, that means a whole lot of other folks are waiting a lot longer than 22 minutes. And who are these people? The people who are waiting are the people who live in crowded precincts. They live in crowded urban precincts with more voters per precinct, more voters per voting booth, more voters per poll worker, and that's why they have to wait. So they wait 22 minutes on average, but sometimes they wait hours to vote. And who are these people who live in these crowded precincts? These are urban voters. And I think you all know that today, urban is euphemistic slang for African American. We're talking about making people wait longer, but not just anyone. We're talking about making people of color wait longer. That is the unmistakable impact of this vote today. And that's why you're hearing people call this voter suppression. That's exactly what this is. And there's a reason why every single clerk who came to testify before the committee, Democrat and Republican, testified against this bill. There's a reason why the advocates for the disabled and the elderly came up to testify against this bill. People don't want to wait. And perhaps the most startling part of this debate, and we heard it here again today on the floor, is this argument that we want voters to be more informed. I heard my very eloquent colleague from Ben Harbor say this requires voters to think. Now, I'm here to share with you a perspective. It's my perspective that it requires a unique and tremendous amount of condescension and arrogance to think that voters who are voting straight ticket aren't thinking about their vote. Millions of our citizens vote straight ticket. Is it your assertion that they're not thinking about their vote? Is it your assertion that they're not considering their vote when they decide to vote for a party that lines up with their values? Are you suggesting that the voters who sent us here aren't intelligent enough to make that vote on their own? Now, maybe that particular condescension is directed at a particular group of people. Maybe not. It's hard for me to know what's in the hearts and minds of others. But But I know that when I go home tonight and brush my teeth before going to bed, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to feel good about what I did tonight. I'm going to feel good about protecting the civil rights of all citizens. And I'm not going to look for an arrogant justification for what we all know this is all about. This is about making lines longer in our cities. It's about making voters in the city of Detroit, in the city of Flint, and other communities wait longer so that perhaps they leave that line and don't vote, and turnout is lower, which benefits one party. So let's stop electioneering here in the House. Let's try to win elections with good ideas rather than by using the power of the state to bend the rules to benefit one political party.
The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Mr. Speaker, on the question of final passage of Senate Bill 1-3, there are 54 aye votes and 51 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed.